Here's the video review for the Kamen Rider Double DX roleplay weapon. This is the metal shaft. It's really way too big to get. I mean, I have to be standing like several feet back from the camera to really show the whole thing off. And really, it's not all that impressive. I got this. You can kind of see it's got a bunch of nicks in the paint. It's chipped in a couple places. I got this really cheap, used, no packaging, no box, and I'm glad I did. I wouldn't have bought this by itself, but it comes with the DX metal memory that I wanted for my double driver. So we'll show you how it works. Like I said, I got this really cheap and not. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bothered, but because it's all beat up and it looks okay, compact. I mean, if you want to like sling it across your back like he does in the show, but like here's the amount of extension on each end. Like it's supposed to extend into like a whole spear, and it comes out maybe an extra 3 or 4 inches on each end. So it really doesn't make for a really impressive weapon. It has a couple of extending bits, but if you're just using it, if you wanted to roleplay heat metal and the heat metal form and just have it strapped across your back like he does, because it does in the show, it does collapse to about this size, but when it extends, it's much longer than this toy ends up being. And you just push these buttons right here, and that makes the end pop out just a little bit. It looks like there's a slot here to attach. I know at one point I think he attached the bat shot onto here. He attached one of the animal weapons onto here, and it looks like you can probably do that if you have any of the animal roleplay figures. There's a couple clips here that would release it, but I don't have one of those to show off. There is a slot here that the metal memory inserts into, and metal. Let me get my keys out here to show you off. It's got the DX one. I actually ordered again fairly cheaply the T2 metal, thinking I could just get it that way. And before I realized that the DX one actually lights up and works with the belt. This one, the T2 doesn't light up, and it doesn't have the switches in here to work with the belt. I mean, you can still plug it into the driver and have it say metal. But it doesn't play the music or anything like that, so I have 2 of these. But the metal, just to go over this one real quick, you can touch it once. It just says metal, push it again, and you hear a little activation noise. And then if you hold the button down, it'll say metal extreme, or maximum drive. And so those are the things you get with the T2. The DX one has the thing where if you stick it into the belt, oh, you have to hold it down. Oh, here we go. So there's that, and then we'll show that off in the belt. I've got the trigger magnum coming as well, so once I get the other metal, we'll go through all the forms in the driver, and you can hear all that again. But it plugs into the shaft just like this, and it automatically activates the maximum drive sound, which kind of makes a spinning staff sound. And then you push this button right here, and it makes the maximum drive. You know, it spins the shaft and shoots the metal out the ends. And then after that, once you've got it in, you can, if you want to swing it around, you can just push this and it'll make various noises. Sounds like it's got a single swoosh, a punch here, a contact noise. Oh, there's one it didn't do before. And then a double whoosh, whoosh noise. So if you're swinging around, you can make some noises with it. But that's about all it does. So, like I said, the toy itself, I wouldn't bother with it. If I hadn't gotten this cheap, I wouldn't have even bothered to grab it. It was only because I wanted this memory, and it was a decent price. For a used, beat-up one that I even got this. So yeah. But I did get the DX metal memory, and I got the extra T2 metal memory now. So it was worth it. Like, the price I paid was worth it just to get the memory. But yeah, the heat shaft itself, not really an interesting toy. The trigger magnum looks like at least it's going to be like a gun, and it might be fun to play with. This really isn't. So there it is, the Kamen Rider Double Heat Shaft, or Metal Shaft, I guess.